Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
In April 1959, Art Wall won the Masters, edging out Carey Middlecoff and Arnold Palmer by finishing birdie, 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 par birdie. 1 month later, Ocean City Golf Club celebrated the opening of their first 18 holes. That course has been transformed now into one of the most scenic golf layouts on the East Coast. Come experience 36 of the most beautiful and challenging holes you'll find anywhere. Ocean City Golf Club in Ocean City, Maryland.
Welcome in. It's another edition of the original Green Turtles Ravens Wrap Show right here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens, 93.5 The Beach. We are broadcasting from the Ravens Room here at the Blue Ox, 127th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City with Ravens Roost 44. Give yourselves a hand, guys and gals. It is week number 16 of the NFL, week number 15 for your 9-5 Baltimore Ravens. Coming up, we're going to recap the 34-17 loss to the Denver Broncos. We'll talk news and notes, take a look around the AFC North, and also preview the upcoming game against the New York Giants Sunday afternoon. That's a flexed game, so that'll be a 4:25 kickoff at M&T Bank Stadium. Ravens Wrap Show, of course, brought to you by our friends at the original Green Turtle, the Blue Ox, Bud Light, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Geico, the Ocean City Golf Club, jctickets.net, and Holiday Inn Express. I'm Mike Bradley from 105.7 The Fan in Baltimore. To my left, OC local, former Lehigh College player John Gary. Welcome in, John, once again. Welcome back. And
how's everybody doing? Look, three game losing streak, and they're dropping like flies.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, we want to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year to everyone out there. Is the big day coming up next Tuesday, and of course we will be back the day after to recap this Giants game and look ahead then to what will be the last game of the regular season against the Cincinnati Bengals. John, I guess let's go into this Broncos game. I think the prevailing thought was, hey, the offense is going to have to carry this club. You know, defensively, the best defense is a good offense. Keep Peyton Manning and the offense off the field and see if we can go about keeping the defense rested and maybe they can make a few plays and, you know, let's see what happens. Well, as it so turns out, the defense in the first half against the Denver Broncos played outstanding. The offense, though, again, did not come to play, and when they got the chance, obviously, late in the first half, a huge turnover there, a couple of big turnovers by Joe Flacco. But, you know, hats off to the defense. They came out and got several 3-and-outs for our offense.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation where, you know, Denver Broncos, one of the hottest teams in the league, Ravens kind of reeling. And, you know, this is a Ravens team, even though they were 9-2 at one point, I don't think anyone that was watching never felt real strong about the 9-2 record. A win's a win. You hear it in the locker room. It's hard to get a W in this league, and you know, 28 other teams wish they had our record and all that other stuff. That's just talking points. I mean, you know, they weren't playing well. The 4th and 29 conversion on a 1-yard pass. That's pretty fortunate. So I mean, it's you squeak out some wins, and I think there was just a little bit of overconfidence going on. You get to a Broncos game at home now, and the Broncos team has never won at M&T Bank Stadium, and
never won in Baltimore. Period.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So, you know, you have a situation where you're right. You didn't expect the defense to hold one of the hottest teams in the league to a respectable point total, and here the offense Joe Flacco's offense needs to outscore someone. I mean, I know that's the name of the game. You got to score more points than the other guy.
Right.
But sometimes the offense is going to need to score 30 points to win a game.
Sure.
And we just haven't seen that, and unfortunately we're reeling a little bit right now. And but we can turn it around. I mean, it just takes one game to turn it around.
Oh, that's very true. This was the first game in which Jim Caldwell took over as offensive coordinator. He called the plays. Obviously, Cam Cameron the week before had been let go. So this was a big game. It's such a short sample size. It's tough to put it on a coach or a player for one game. But this was the first game that Joe had a chance to at least say, hey, Cam wasn't holding me back per se, or we're going to give more of the keys to Joe in this game. And look, it's tough. I hate to blame any one player for a game, and certainly, we had our issues as a team collectively, no question about it. But first series, 3rd and 1, quarterback sneak, Joe fumbles the football. That turnover at the end of the first half, in which you're down 10-0, but you're driving down the field. You haven't played a great first half offensively, but hey, you feel good. We're going to go in for 7, and we're within 3 points. We get the ball at the beginning of the second half. Boy, that was tough to swallow. And right there, you kind of knew at 17-0, hey, this game's probably over. These are the kind of plays now that Cam's out of the picture, you're going to say, okay, more of the spotlight, Joe's on you. There's no buffer anymore to blame Cam for bad play calling, what have you. It's on Joe now, and unfortunately, at least in this game, did not perform.
Yeah, that's deflating. I mean, when your offense is clicking, you finally get a groove. You go down the field, you're pretty much marching right down the field. Everything's going your way. I mean, it's at your will, basically. And then that was just a really Mark Sanchez-like mistake. I mean, that is as bad a quarterback. That's just a predetermined read. I mean, there was no business making that throw. Chuck it out of bounds, and proverbial live to fight another day. There's 2 guys there. That was a combo route, and he just predetermined that's where he was throwing the ball. And not only was it a bad decision, it was a bad throw. And that's deflation. That's deflating when you think you're going to go into the locker room with momentum,
right?
And now the momentum is completely turned on its head. And coming out, you know how it is. I mean, you go into the locker room. That's not the play of the game. The play of the game is going to come in the 3rd quarter. What's going to happen when you come out of halftime? What kind of momentum is that a disease that infects the rest of the game, or can you squash that and come out and reverse that mojo? And it didn't happen. So it got us.
I think one of the things I was taking a look at through some of the numbers and such with, and I've talked about this, you look at 3rd down, the Ravens, again, 1 of 12 on 3rd down, but lack of production on 3rd down is a symptom of not being productive in my mind on 1st down. And when I broke it down in this game, minus the kneel at the end of the game by Joe Flacco, 2.7 yards on 1st down average. That's not going to get it done. I mean, you need 3 yards or more. Again, I've talked about this. You set up 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8 situations, anything like that, that's going to put the defense in a good situation where the defense can pin their ears back. They know that a pass is likely to come. And even on 2nd down, even if you get a few yards, you're still in a 3rd and somewhat long situation where it's more of a passing situation. Yeah,
when you have a struggling quarterback, that's why the establishing the run is so important. A lot of times you hear the words, we have to establish the run, we have to run the ball. It's just not a catchphrase here. The reality that especially when you have a quarterback that is struggling, and let's face it, Flacco struggled all year. He struggled last year at times. Tom Brady struggles, and Drew Brees struggles, and Peyton Manning struggles. They all struggle. And the reason how you get out of that struggling sometimes is establishing the run. Just look how often the Patriots run the ball. I mean, in a league that is designed to throw, they changed the rules to make it easier to throw. Now what did the defenses have to do? Defenses have to defend the pass more. So now what do the Patriots do? Now that the defenses are, especially with a Hall of Fame quarterback, and the defenses are saying, well, we're going to defend the pass against the Patriots. Well, now they're turning around and running the ball, and that's smart football. They're not just saying, well, we have Tom Brady, we're going to pass it every play. But that seems like what the Ravens are doing with a lesser quarterback, with Joe Flacco. What we need to do is run the ball, and even if we get 3 yards on 1st down, then we get 3 yards, even 2 or 3 yards on 2nd down, running the ball again. That's a much more manageable 3rd down. The whole playbook's open on 3rd and 5 at that point. But when we come out and throw on 1st down and it's incomplete pass, and then we have to do the industry standard 2nd and 10 run play, which is then 3rd and 9, there it goes. We have a struggling quarterback in 3rd and 9 against a good defense that pins their ears back. We don't change the cadence. We don't change the snap count. We have a struggling offensive line, and boom, we're under pressure, and Joe Flacco fumbles the ball. I mean, this is This is the formula that's going on right now. So Ray Rice, Adrian Peterson, okay? I'm sorry I'm dominating here, the conversation.
It's all right.
But Adrian Peterson, every week, his stat line's 31 carries for 200 yards. You know what I mean? Not that Ray Rice is going to get 200 yards, but why can't he get 31 carries? Why can't Ray Rice get 31 carries?
I think they feel like they've got more playmakers on the field. They don't have to just rely on him. But to your point, though, that maybe they could go a little bit more in that direction. I don't think it could hurt at this point. What I was surprised about in the game is, as well as we had run the football against Pittsburgh and against Washington, who were both top 5 rush defenses. In fact, I think Pittsburgh was #1 against us going in.
Right.
We rushed as a team for over 100 yards against each of those teams. I understand Denver had a good front 7, and they were also like a top 8 rush defense. But if you can do it against those two, why can't you necessarily do it against Denver? And we were unable to. Ray Rice 12 for 38. Now, Bernard Pierce did run the football well, but he got a concussion. He did have a 4-yard average carry, but we did not do a good job running the football. And it seems to be a symptom to your point, though. Okay, if we throw on first down and we're incomplete, it's second and long, we run the proverbial, of course, second down, we're going to run the football. We get very little there, and that sets up a 3rd and 7. Or when we do run the football on first down, it's for 2 yards. And then we throw, and it's incomplete, and then we have to throw again on 3rd down. It's one of those combinations, and it's just not working.
But you hit the nail on the head there. I mean, that pass, whether it's on first or second down, needs to be complete, even if it's a short completion. When that first pass in a series is incomplete, whether it's on first down or second down, you're going to need that. Someone's going to then need to make a play in order to convert a first down. And what's happening is that Joe's just not, his confidence is shot, and he is not able to make those plays. He's sailing balls over receivers' heads. He's just playing like a rookie, really. I mean, he hasn't played this poorly since his rookie season.
And what I'm seeing, too, with the Ravens is negative plays, too. It's the negative yardage plays that hurt as much. We saw that in Pittsburgh, I think, a couple of weeks ago up in Pittsburgh. Negative plays. It's one thing to get stopped at the line of scrimmage or only get 1 or 2 yards, but then when you're losing yards, that's a killer. And in addition, we've talked about at length on this program, 28th in the league in penalties. There's one of the drives here in the first half is a perfect example. Matt Burke, we're able to move down the field. Matt Burke gets a 10-yard holding penalty, and we're driven back, and, it kind of screwed up the whole series. We're off schedule at that point, and then it messed up a drive that could have yielded some points. So it seems like it's a combination of one or the other of things, and this offense just is not getting it done collectively.
That's a great point. I mean, when you are struggling, we saw this a lot with Kyle Bowler, and when he would get the offense moving a little bit at times. But those negative plays, those penalties, would kill the Ravens back then, because you just knew that there wasn't a play to be made there. I mean, we just know there was no confidence in the coaching staff. There was no confidence with the fans. There was probably no confidence with Bowler himself that he could overcome a 2nd and 20, for instance.
I'd like to think we have a better quarterback and more personnel to be able to do it. But
he does convert. I mean, Joe does convert those enough times, but he's just losing confidence right now. So.
More to come here as we recap the loss to the Broncos. It is the Ravens Wrap Show here on Comcast Beach TV and Delmarva's Rock Radio, home of the Ravens, 93.5 The Beach. We're back after this.
Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, Holiday Inn Express, the Ocean City Golf Club, Comfort Inn, Russell Street Report, the original Green Turtle, and hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.